Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. We're going to play a little game called Can I Finish This particular episode before we run out of power on the camera. So let's just hop right into, first we have a Godzilla Rivals. These are big books, Biollante versus Destoroyah. Writer is Nick Marino, artist is Sean Dove. This had a very interesting way of giving us Biollante and Destoroyah. This was a really well done book. I like this a lot. This would have made an interesting Godzilla movie with no Godzilla in it. He's barely in this book, but that's fine because I like Biollante. Who doesn't like Biollante? We got a new #1, King Kong the Great War. That my lovely wife Martha picked out. Writer is Alex Cox. Artist is Tommaso Bianchi. And it's 1917, and a bunch of bad men in a submarine have crashed onto an island, and they are on the cliff side of it. I'm going to bet by the end panel that I look at, it's Skull Island. So this was really a neat idea for a King Kong crossover. Plus that way we get a Godzilla and a King Kong book all in 1 week. So it's a great book, just came out. Maybe get started on it if you haven't. Another #1, Dawn of DC's Green Lantern. Hal Jordan's back in action. And he is gonna hide who he's... Here we go. There we go. Writer is Jeremy Adams. Artist is Xermanico. And then there's a backup story. Let me give you that information first. With John Stewart. And John Stewart's writer was Philip Kennedy Johnson. Artist is Montos. We're doing one name artist apparently. The intro to Hal coming back to the planet Earth and things that happened with the Guardians and the Oa and all that stuff was great. The backup story with John Stewart, I always like John Stewart. So, but a lot of our Lantern Corps have been told, just, you're done, go to Earth. So it's kind of interesting. 8 of 12 of the Batman Scooby-Doo mysteries, where we have, this is the one they always put in the tiny print though, isn't it? Hold on, I'll find it. There we go. Written by Shally Fish, drawn and colored by Eric Owen. Batman has a new team of people called the Wraith Wranglers with Duke, Sensei, Specs, Bongo, and Ranger. It's different. It's because of who he has to fight. Batman is helping out his good friends. This was a really good one of these. This is really good. I like this one a lot. Alright, Daredevil 11 says, plus a story guest starring Iron Fist. It's not the real Iron Fist though, so I don't count it. Chip Zdarsky's our writer. Rafael de la Torre is our artist. Matt Murdock is back after fighting on the island, and it's time to get his hands dirty if he's never going to have to worry about watching his butt with the Stromwinds. The Stromwind brother and sister. It's a little gruesome, to be honest. It's a really interesting way to end it. We'll see how that goes. The art... Jason, for the backup story, is Jason Liu is the writer, Lin Yoshi is the artist. It's That My Iron Fist. It's a really pretty looking story, but the whole time I'm like, Danny Rand's got blonde hair. So this is obviously not my Iron Fist. The Daredevil story was good though. Speaking of good, Ghost Rider #14. Look at that cover. Ghost Rider versus Danny Ketch. Apparently they're trying to get the Ghost Rider out of him and weaponize it. Percy Benjamin is our writer. Corey Smith with Brett Peoples is our pencilers. Oren Jr. with Brett Peoples is our inkers. So Brett Peoples did all the work, is what it sounds like. So, and they send Danny out on adventures while they're trying to get the Ghost Rider out of him, and then Blaze figures out where they're at, and it's time for a showdown. So, interesting story. We'll see how they... take care of it. And there's also a little backup story with one of the I don't know, it's the Tiger Division. There's one of the guys from the Tiger Division in the backup story. Marvel's doing this thing now where they're doing Takaguchi. They're doing backup stories, so you get a bigger, thicker comic book, but you get two stories, but they charge an extra $1. Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids. Time Again, Slime Again, #4. This is it. End of the series. 4 issues. Writer Shally Fish. Artist and colorist is Jason Crosby. We have our team going to the space race. They're going to go to the moon. One of them uses a rocket ship with a little atomic garbage pail kid with his atomic thing. The Madball is just using an incredibly large slingshot. Artwork is always fun. Artwork is always gross. There's a little puzzle in here. We get to see them go to the far-flung future. And they do make fun of the X-Men in this, I do believe. They say, Days of Future Pests. So all you X-Men fans will know what they're making fun of. They come to find out that far-flung future is just boring. So this was a lot of fun. These series are always fun. So hopefully they'll sell enough that they'll make a third one. I would keep buying it. All right, last one I saved for last. This is number 25, or the Legacy 919 of The Amazing Spider-Man. This wraps up what was brought to us in issue 1. Zeb Wells is our writer. Kari Andrews, Kaare Andrews, and John Romita Jr. are our pencils. Kari Andrews and Scott Hanna are our inkers. I'm going to blame Kari for this in a good way. He or she, they, them, are knocking it out of the park. This stuff is great. It shows what happened to Mary Jane in the far-flung future while Spider-Man's trying to rescue her. A month went by for him. For her, 4 years. We finally find out it was 4 years. And they draw her all commando cool. They find a couple of kids and raise them as their own. They give you an excuse to put her in spandex at one point. A lot of Mary Jane in this, more than Spider-Man, believe it or not. And it just says he saves the day. They come back, and she's been with this man and with raising children for 4 years. So Peter, who in issue 1 was going to be moving in with Mary Jane, finds out a month after he's tried to save her that that's not a thing anymore. So he has Fantastic Four give him some grief, but Captain America shows up and says he had problems, leave him alone. So when Captain America says that, you just jump right on it. And then there's a lovely backup story where they go to Omaha, Nebraska. Rainbow Rowell is the writer. Alvaro Lopez is the artist. And they're in Omaha. And someone tries to steal the wedding gifts. So he's got to try and be Spider-Man. In Omaha, there's no buildings for webs. There's no Ubers because you're in Omaha. So, anyways, it was a fun story. I liked the story a lot. Apparently, Peter gets all choked up when Celine Dion sings that song from Deadpool at weddings. So, well, she doesn't sing it herself, but they play the song that Celine Dion sang for the beginning of Deadpool. So this was a really big set of books. Lots of good stuff in there. Cameron hasn't died yet. Sophie and Fiona, we did not see you this weekend. We will see you in 2 weekends. This is Mother's Day for all you mothers out there. You totally go read a comic book. If you can't afford comic books, go to the library. Libraries are free. You can go online. There's online ones for free. You can subscribe to comic books online. Find your favorite book. Go to the 50-cent bin. Go to Fanfare, my place that I go. And if you sign up for the $5 a year thing, you get 20% off all your books. You pay $5 and 20% off. We saved like $8, $9 off of this stack. So in the meantime, battery didn't run out. Hooray for us. I'll see you next week. Go read a comic book.